Hello and welcome to USAReverseMortgages.net, brought to you by iReverse Home Loans. My name is Brandon Webb and I'm your reverse mortgage expert. As always, I'd like to thank you for all the phone calls and emails that I get from everyone out there visiting the site who's interested in more information and or doing reverse mortgages. That is, the goal here is to educate everybody, but also to produce reverse mortgages. That is my job, is to sell them and help people decide if one's right for them or not. Not to get off task, I wanted to do a quick video on the difference between an eligible non-borrowing spouse and a non-eligible or ineligible non-borrowing spouse. So basically, a non-borrowing spouse is kind of exactly what it sounds like. It's somebody who, for whatever reason, is not going to be on the loan. Sometimes it's preferred that way for whatever reason by the borrowers, or more often than not, it has to do with age. If the spouse is less than 62 years old, you can still do a reverse mortgage on the home, and they still can be protected under that reverse mortgage, because if they are an eligible non-borrowing spouse, we're going to be basing the loan and how much money you get on their age versus the borrower. The older you are, the more money you get. So the younger you are, the less money you get. So, for instance, if there is a husband and wife and the husband is 62 and old enough for the reverse mortgage, but the wife may be 55, but for whatever reason they want the loan now and they don't want to wait, we can do the reverse mortgage, and we can base the payout on the wife's age. So they will be getting a little less money, but they'll be able to do the reverse. And if something happens to the borrowing spouse, the non-borrowing spouse is still safe and is able to live in the home for the rest of their life. Okay, so here's the difference. An eligible non-borrowing spouse is kind of exactly what it sounds like. It's a spouse that is eligible to be considered a non-borrowing spouse and have those safety protocol in place. If something happens to the borrowing spouse, they're allowed to live out their time there. An eligible non-borrowing spouse would be someone who is married to the borrower or is in a long-term relationship. That's very important to mention. It doesn't just mean marriage, but it's someone who also occupies the residence with the homeowner. Okay, a lot of times I'll have people call me and they'll say, well, I want the loan, but my wife is really young and it's not going to work if we do it with her, or maybe a younger husband, which happens a lot too nowadays, on the loan. So let's just not put them on there. The problem is, unless they live in a completely different home for whatever reason, and that can be proven, that has to be shown to the lender that the non-borrowing spouse that you would like to be ineligible for whatever reason lives in a different home. So there's the difference right there. An eligible borrowing spouse is going to be somebody in a long-term relationship or marriage with somebody else, with the borrowing spouse, who lives in the home with them as their primary residence. If it is somebody who lives outside of the home and has a history of living outside of the home with somebody else, or even with a home that they own, and that happens sometimes more often than I would think, with spouses who may just each own their own separate home and live in them, that would be considered an ineligible non-borrowing spouse. So if that were the situation, we would not have to count their age, regardless of how young they are, but they would not have any rights to the home. Okay, so they would not be included in the loan as far as being a non-borrowing spouse, because they are ineligible. Now, if they do, like I said, live with the borrowing spouse, regardless of age, they can be included in the loan if the loan still works based on their age, and have that safety in place of being able to live in the home for the rest of their life, even after the borrowing spouse passes away. An ineligible non-borrowing spouse would not have those safety protocols. As always, give me a call if you have any questions about this or anything else. You can call or message me on the website, and I'd be happy to help you out and educate you. At USAReverseMortgages.net, iReverse Home Loans, I do offer the ability to have very, very low fees based on your particular loan type. So I would ask that you give us a call, give me a call, try us out, and I'm sure you'll be pleased with everything that you hear. All right, thank you very much. Again, if you have any questions or about this or anything else, message me or give me a call. Thanks a lot. Have a wonderful day.